Hello, this is a game played on IGS with half a point commis, so one handicap, where white won by resignation, mostly because of killing the lower left group towards the end in a pretty lucky sequence. Well, there was a life and death situation in the lower right corner where black survived instead of dying unconditionally, so let's dive into it. So we have this kind of parallel Fuseki. Black can choose Q3. So the two stones on the right side versus two stones on the left side. This is more common in general, and now you can still attack F17 and go for a mini Chinese formation in the top, or simply play O17. So nothing wrong to play the top left corner, it's just that the top side is a little narrow than the right side, so the feeling is that black is going to have a smaller moyo, and that's why it's more common to play the lower right corner if you go for a parallel Fuseki. So white played two start points, that's a simple way. Black approaches the lower left, that's fine. White defends high, and now black attaches in the corner. It's more common to attach at c4 when white plays low f3. So this is a very modern follow-up. And we see this a lot in professional games or in top AI games. Black can play a one space jump or a push. When white plays the high move, the high approach in the corner, it's more common for black to play the slide, which is the old-fashioned Joseki, or invade the corner in San. Now white here has two options. One is to block the side and go for the bottom moyo. The other one is to separate all the way. But in either case, this is fine for black, so nothing to complain with the outcome. The sequence is pretty much forced. And a modern style against this high approach is to play the peep at e5 and then slide in the corner. Now if white extends on the side, you can take San right away. If white blocks the corner, you extend back either c9 or d9. In this case, after the exchange 1-2, it's okay to extend d9. So that would be more modern. But this attach, it's rarely played against f4 move. Against f3 it's played pretty much all the time, but against the high move, not so often. So here black can push like this or simply extend c8. Now the reason you play one space jump here, not two space jump, is that when your opponent turns a d6, you can block with a tiger mount, and then the Atari on the left side doesn't affect so much because the turn in the corner is not going to be sent. So it's nice to block with a tiger. If white blocks, you block again. White has to go up, you can push one time, so the moyo just grows naturally on the left side, and then invade the bottom to erase white's moyo. So black push instead. Also another point of playing c8, it's to narrow the gap on the left side. So when white comes in, it's easy to pincer and hope for a bigger moyo and more territory on the left side. But if you play two space jump, then white will play d8 shoulder hit, and when you block like this, he can also cover. And now when you wedge, he goes Atari connect. So this way, white comes on top, and he's also sent to extend on the bottom. So black push, this is fine. White hane, and here it's natural to hane right away. You can't allow white go straight ahead at e7. That's too powerful. And this hane is good because normally white should simply get ahead. If he tries a double hane or a cut, there are problems with the cuts at e5 and d3. So first of all here, black can play one Atari c7. When white comes out, black will just cut d3, threatening the double Atari. Now Q players may get a little bit ahead of themselves and play an Atari here, which allows the double Atari. But if the players are stronger, they can already see the double Atari coming, so simply extend here, in which case black will just capture the two stones in the corner, like this, or push and then block here or here. So that's already good for black. Therefore, when you play the hane, white will get ahead. Now the double hane leaves the same problem. Black can cut, Atari, oops, the other one, and then catch the two stones. But in fact it's better to play without Atari, just cut. Because if your opponent connects here, then you also have the Atari from the outside, which forces him into a bad shape, and then you kill the cornerstones. So that's why white still needs to play here, and black can push or take the two stones. Then on this move, turn once and capture, so this will leave the peep at g3. This is good for black. Therefore, when you hane, and this is quite a natural move, white should no be, then black can come back and protect the cutting point at d8, or push one more time, because this push is threatening hane at g6, and then the same Atari-Atari combination will work. So white needs to extend again, and then protect the left side. This hanging connection is a proper move, otherwise white will cut, but this just makes black stronger on the left. So when white comes in, doesn't matter which kind of approach he plays, black will pincer, and the pincer works excellent with the wall on the left. So Shimari is big in the top left corner, but white should not be right away, because this was supposed to be a pivotal point for black, and so white should take it in order to get inside the left. Now if black plays another big point, white can just surround with Keima, and that's very painful for the left side group. It's almost dying. In fact, it's pretty much dying. Yeah, pretty dead. So white could go Nobi here, then black has to answer to stay alive on the left side, and now I can attack the top right corner. And that's already a little gain for white, to stick his head out into the middle at e7. Now back to the original game, high approach. Now this is a strange move for white, to attach at r15. Normally in the top, white should block at o17, connect solid, and just extend for a base at k17 or k16. And this is quite natural to develop that way, so white goes in the way of black Shimari and extension. I mean, for black it's very nice to extend around k17 from the top left Shimari, so it's good for white to take that away. And if he wants to go for the right side, white should push at q16 first and then hane, and this leads to the avalanche joseki. One of the most simple variations is when black Nobi, white will play Atari and then a hanging connection. But again, this way white is getting a little bit of thickness towards the right side. So instead, white played the attach, black goes up, very good. Then Atari, also good. And now descent. This is not so great. Black should play n17, just a hanging connection, because white has to do something with the 4 stones wall. So usually it's going to extend r11. But black got a lot of profit in the corner. So this corner is better than what white will get on the outside. Besides, black is center. So now you can simply enter o3 or Sansan, or inside approach at r6. But the best direction to play here is o3, because there's a lot of more space on the bottom than the right side. So you always look for the open space. Going down here doesn't fix against the cut at o17 completely, so white blocked. Then normally black still needs a move at n17, and white will extend to the middle of the side. So black jumps in, white plays the hane, white can cut, and things can be a little more complicated. So if black goes Atari here, then blocks this way, white will Atari once like this, Atari 2 times here, then catch 3 stones in the corner. If black resists by playing p18, white will turn, because white is looking at the vital point at r18. So this is also going to be an interesting fight. Therefore, when white played t16, he lost the RG a little bit and pushed from behind several times. White can extend r12, even if it's narrow and over concentrated. He needs a little base for that wall. Then black will approach the corner, and white can block r5, or simply defend calm n3 and block the corner again, because this way white makes a big bottom wall and all the other groups are safe. So black extends towards the wall. It's also possible to play a move like q12, because it feels a bit more over concentrated, but it has faster access to the middle compared to a 2-space jump, which is going to be close to the wall. Then white pushed several times here to get stronger. That's fine. And now he removed the base. White can also take very severe by playing p10 or q12 and Nobi, threatening the cuts, then surround the group. So black is a little bit in danger. With this move, white takes away the base, but black can block s13, cover, play Atari and hanging connection, or play a Nobi first and then the tiger mount, because this way black keeps separated the wall from the right side, and the group is going into the middle with some I shape. So it's all of a sudden hunter hunted. Now this way white can connect under, yeah, but white should actually push S11, and then we're back to this. Because if black blocks here, white will push out, connect under, and now there are some cutting points. Black needs to protect them, and the entire group is on the run. So black blocked for I shape. Actually here, I would just jump out. If white plays something like this, jump along. If white wants 2 stones, you just sacrifice and keep jumping or cap to get out into the middle faster. White is pretty strong in that area. When you play this move, it's risky because white can peep and then he can try to surround the group. And now, all of a sudden, the fight is not so bad for white anymore. So he can use his wall to surround that group. But white played away. So the peep here can be quite annoying. Now this move, it's a little bit greedy locally because it leaves the Sun invasion or the Tsuki at R4. So normally, if white wants to secure this corner, he should play P3. Then when black jumps in, he will die in the corner. But anyway, right now black shouldn't go inside because it's more urgent to defend the group on the right. So play a Hane to see whether white defends like this or block or like this. And after the Hane, just jump P11 to prevent Q11. So it's proper to play a move like P11 to prevent the peep at Q11. Then even if white plays a cap, it's still easy to fix I shape and run out. So black decided to invade. That was dangerous. And normally black should not be here. If white covers, black will Hane. If white goes down, black can turn and then Tsuke and crosscut. So with this Hane, it's a bit more dangerous. And here, white could kill the corner, but in a co-fight. So Hane block. Normally, black needs to play T2, then white Atari, black blocks, and now we have a call for life in the corner. When black descends here, white can kill unconditionally, and the move is T2. Black needs to protect at S1, then white goes down in the corner, and when black descends, white can push T3, and this is called the bent 4 formation, which is dead. So the group stays dead as it stands till the end. Unless the outside groups are in trouble, so when black jumps here, if black manages to surround some of the outside groups, white has to play inside and set up a corner. So let's suppose this bottom group is surrounded, then white needs to play here and block this way, then Atari inside, then the vital point, and now if black will throw in, you take the call and everything is in Atari. But otherwise, it's completely dead if white keeps the group safe on the outside. So T2 was the vital point, and it's very important for white to play T1, because if he plays Hane, for example, to reduce the space, black will throw in an Atari from the outside. And this is a position where white can't connect. So this will give twice. That's a classic Tsume go, but white failed. He blocked here, and now black made I shape on the spot. And now white took this stone. He's happy with the outside thickness, but black jumps in. Black can actually play P11. So black invades the bottom, but actually it's still more urgent to defend the right side, and O11 is another option. Let's see how white reacts. Approach the wall. Here is good to test white with the attached H2. See whether white will cut or just simply block or pull back. If black pulls back, if white pulls back, then black has more space for a base on the right, on the bottom side. So black can play just a one space jump and later bump at J3. If white captures the stone, that's even better for black because black will cut, play an Atari above, Atari from the side, and then approach the wall and make a base even bigger and safer. But this is fine. Just approach and fix some I shape. It's okay to block one time on top. White will crawl, then jump out. Because this way, when white pushes and cuts, you are happy to sacrifice and get a couple of forcing moves and then run out again. So just fly away. Tsuke was good, but this will be a sacrifice. This is fine too. And here the Tesuji is to play Atari J2. Because if white captures right away, you have another Atari and then connect. So this can help your eye shape even more. And if white goes down, then you Atari from the outside and connect. And there is no way for white to connect under. When you play just Atari and connect on the outside, white can peep or he can capture the stone. So it's more interesting to sacrifice J2 in this case. Anyway, good to connect to G4. So white is trying to keep the lower left safe and connect underneath. Then black defends in the middle. It's okay to push once, L5, because this is threatening the Atari. Now, if white cuts, you can Atari first, or just leave it for later, and play Atari here and net. So once you push, the net works. Therefore, if you push here and white no B, instead of playing J6, it's okay to play G6 or H6, or even jump out into the middle even faster with K8. So tiger mount, white connects underneath, then push in center, this is good. Hane, about this Hane, maybe it's better to keep the Hane from the left and then simply jump out again, K8 or to space jump, J9 or Ogema, because this is also kind of reaching out to the stones on the right. Now let's see what happened on the left side. Oh, white blocked this way. White is supposed to connect and on this Atari just block, because disco is not bothering white too much. So this is quite expensive because black can cut. And black did cut, but now black missed the ladder. There is a cut at G5 and the ladder goes into N15, so black needs to play G6. The problem is that white will surround this group on the left side and then it's troublesome. Well, black can push and cut, then we have this kind of fight. It might be okay for black after all, because of the net in the middle or the jump to surround the left side. So black has more liberties in this kind of race. So now white plays Atari in order to catch the two stones. Let's see how the ladder works. So black comes out and then we have this ladder that goes into the wall. Very expensive. So this ladder can be read out before going out. Therefore, once Atari comes, it's obvious that white is trying the ladder. So black should just play a move like this, which serves as a ladder breaker. Then white will catch the two stones. And this also helps the group on the bottom. But now it's important to jump out here to put pressure on the group on the right. So black is losing some extra points he shouldn't. Then the way to make ice, it's still Keima, because this serves as a ladder breaker. White should catch the 4 stones, then run out. You don't really need a move at H5. This kind of life, when you play Atari here, then you come back, it's really small, and it's still very dangerous. White can play here, for example. Then Hane, and now you gotta struggle. Even if this group leaves on the bottom side, the group on the right side will die. So you gotta run out as fast as you can, Keima, and jump along. So white pushed again. Black still needs this kind of move, it's proper. But Nobi in the top is quite large. Here it's safer to block the left side at C9, because white obviously wants to push and cut. Then when white slides, you just block the corner like this or like this. White needs some other moves to fix jump in the middle. Then you protect the other group. Anyway, once you lose those stones in a ladder, the situation starts to look promising for white. He stick everywhere, he can attack these two weak groups, the bottom and the right side. But somehow, he failed to kill them. This Atari was good. Push it's also fine. And also center, because you can push through. So white has to block this way or this way. But this leaves the peep and surround from the outside. So you can give up those stones and get stronger in the center and the top. It's fine to push once because the turn for white is center too. And this will force black leave small on the left side. He was supposed to turn here first. And then the block at b2. Well, if he plays the vital point, you can block here, then on this move, go down, Hane, block. So turn, black pushes, that's fine, and protect. Now there are several ways for black to leave here. One is to go down to the first line, because it expands the eye space. When Hane, you just connect. When he plays a6, you block, and when he pushes, Atari from behind, and then capture the stone. That's a clean way of leaving. It also works to play a6, so when Atari connect, Atari defend, Hane block. So this group will never die at the end. But this works too. So white defends again. Then black finally protects the right side, that's good. Now also make some eye shape on the bottom, that's fine too. Here the right eye shape, it's this stable shape that goes towards the right as well. So white is trying to kill this group on the right, but he failed with that attack too. This is good. Jump out and kept the 3 stones, that's nice. White is in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see. Tuck, 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 tuck. If Hane, white cuts, Atari, white goes out or Atari from behind. Black connects, Atari here, connect. Then he needs to peep, defend, go out. You Hane, he turns to the right. You can push through, but then you hurt the other stones, so maybe just push again and then catch 2 stones or surround like this. Now, even if the stones connected, the entire world seems to be under pressure, and black can build while attacking. But this Hane is good too. Then you got some power in the center. Fine. Now crosscut here, that's not too bad. Just protect. Because if white comes out here, you have the squeeze. And then the group on the right, it's in trouble. No eyes at all. If white plays this move, you just push 1 time. If he pushes first, you block, then he needs to make some eye shape. Then you block at R9. Or you push once, because if he cuts here, you have the Hane, Sente, Atari. Connection we don't need. Just defend here. But then we have some semi-eye. This can be expensive. White seems to have lots of liberties. So okay, this is a bit too risky. So bump, shape, defend, threatening to catch the stone on the right. And white needs another move to make some eye shape. So back to this. Another move that black can consider is Kosumi O12, which is also the eye stealing Tetsuji. So when white comes out, black cuts. And if white defends with the tiger mouth, with the empty triangle like this, or even the double empty, black will just connect here. So push, and then there are cutting points. White comes out. This became a little more dangerous for black, but finally black managed to leave again. So far, black escaped from all these attacks. Low right corner, middle, right side, and now it should be fine on territory. This is alive. So here, a simple way to leave is just play b6. When white connects, you block. If Hane, you block, so you got the eyes. But the descent works too, and the group shouldn't die. White blocks in the corner, but that's just 2-3 points in Gote. This is big. Desperate invasion in the corner, that doesn't work. This is correct. Push in Sente, and again. Yeah, this block is very big at T17. So now, both white and black are playing small endgame moves. And all of a sudden, white drops the bomb. Which is surprising. Yeah, here. So when this move is played, black needs to look for eye shape. And the way to leave is A5. If white Atari, you just connect and you make a 3 points life. If he plays a throw in, you take, he goes Atari, and you can leave it already. Because when he captures 2 stones, you take 1 back. So that's one way to leave. Another way to leave is to play b6. If he goes a5, you play inside, Atari you capture. If he plays Atari on 2 stones, you connect a5, he takes 2 stones, you take 1 back. But anyway, it's more profitable to play just a5. So throw in, take, Atari, you can connect. So you don't give him the 2 stones instantly. And if Atari here, just connect. So there is no way to do the throw in combination and kill. Now he plays here. When you catch the stone, he plays Atari. So obviously we can see that a6 was supposed to be at a5 and then the group is alive. And I think black was leading, but we need a count for that. I mean, if the group is alive, so let's see. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 47, 48, 50, 55. So about 55, 56 on the board. Prisoners. Oh, white has 5 more prisoners. So white has roughly 60 points. Then black has 1, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 20, 28, about 30 points actually, because of Atari and so on. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 40, another 5, 45 plus 55, and 12, 67. Phew, this is so close, but it's half a point Komi, so it can be a 2-3 points win for black or a half point win for white, but really close. So actually, black shouldn't lose these stones in a ladder, keep everything alive and win the game on territory. But, well, white could also kill this lower right corner in the early stage that he missed, but he should never kill this lower left group. So you gotta pay attention in Zumego more often in close fights.